However, problems with the MPD have been known for decades, and federal oversight of the department could force some big changes to how MPD is operated and perhaps be an example for other departments to follow.
But as Tom Lydon of the Fox 9 Investigators reports, these promises have been made many times before.
The dust hadn't even settled from the Chauvin verdict when U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland announced a sweeping investigation of Minneapolis police.
It will include a comprehensive review of the Minneapolis Police Department's policies, training, supervision, and use of force investigations.
In other words, everything from police stops and use of force to training and discipline, and how Minneapolis cops treat everyone from the mentally ill to protesters. You worked with the MPD for a long time.
Right.
Is this overdue?
Yeah, it probably is.
Former U.S. Attorney Tom Heffelfinger says DOJ has likely been working on the investigation since last summer, watching the impasse between the mayor and city council, the police chief, and union.
You need somebody to come in and say, you guys can't play together well, so we'll tell you what you have to do it the right way.
The Justice Department conducted more than 24 pattern and practice investigations of police departments around the country during the Obama administration, but only one under President Trump. The investigations usually result in a consent decree, which gives DOJ oversight of reforms in the department. In Los Angeles, the agreement lasted 5 years. Chicago has missed 70% of its goals.
I am very excited for the DOJ to come in with their federal subpoena power and really dig in. I think that's a good thing.
Abigail Serra is on the Minneapolis Police Conduct and Oversight Commission. She's been after some of the same answers for years.
I was appointed to this commission by city leadership, and I can't get any information. Every time I request data, there's a roadblock.
She believes the Chauvin case simply crystallized what everyone's known.
He committed excessive force half a dozen times before he finally killed George Floyd. If he had been disciplined the first time he committed excessive force and strangled a person, he would have been off the force. He would have been off the streets, and he never would have killed George Floyd.
And if that's the way all police officers in Minneapolis are trained to arrest people and to treat people who are protesting those arrests, then we might have a problem here, bigger than we think.
In fact, 6 years ago, the Justice Department examined many of the same misconduct issues in what it called a diagnostic analysis of the MPD, looking at citizen complaints and discipline. But there was no follow-up. There's even a website devoted to 150 years of misconduct in the MPD, from the Plymouth riots in '67 to the killing of Tysel Nelson. And 30 years ago, there was Officer Mike Sorrow, who beat Craig Michie. A federal jury said the city maintained a custom of deliberate indifference to complaints of excessive force. It cost the city a record $1 million, a fraction of what the city has now paid to the families of George Floyd and Justine Damon. The mantra of protesters and politicians alike is that George Floyd needs to be different, that a guilty verdict is just the beginning. And this time, the feds seem to agree. For the Fox 9 Investigators, I'm Tom Lydon.